What's up, guys? Spoozy Breezy here. Dragunity 187. I got my deck profile and what I ran at locals the other day. I was gonna show you guys the deck profile that I ran for the sneak peek. That tournament, 32 teams or 32 people, 6 rounds. I went 5-1 that day, but I just didn't feel like showing the deck, and everything that I wanted to put in wasn't legal till Tuesday, so I would just wait till Tuesday. Well, today, Wednesday, to put do the deck profile and good shit. So here's the Dragunity deck. One's Everest. You only need one. He's like the glow up ball for Wing Beast. One Dragunitys. This card is really good, I think. I mean, yeah, its stats suck. It's 500 attack, 300 defense, but it's a deck thinner. It's more utility to get your Dragon Tuners in the grave. When I don't draw a Ravine, he makes up for Ravine, for not having a Ravine, because of Ravine basically facilitates, either searching for something or adding or putting a Dragon Tuner in the graveyard, or a Dragon period, but mostly it's a Dragon Tuner. That's why I like, having this. It gets the tuner to the graveyard. That way I don't always have to use Ravine. He helps facilitate the play without Ravine. 3 ducks. You don't really need to explain it. It goes without explaining. 2 Dragunity Legionnaire, because you need your grind game earlier, you need it late game, to get rid of shit, blow stuff up. Eventually late game, it's usually your opponent just setting a bunch of monsters or playing a bunch of monsters, so, or just setting one and then flipping the other one up, playing another one. So like, he helps get rid of 1 or 2 equipping of the Ackles. 3 Phalanx, he's the engine. I had him at 2, and like 2, it just doesn't work. I don't know what it is. It just doesn't make the deck work. Like, you don't get to it fast enough, even with Ravine. There's been scenarios where people DD crowed both of them, and it's like, oh my god, or like the first one get removed from play. It's like someone soul released me and then DD crowed another one, and it's just ridiculous. 3 is, you just have to have it. You have to have it at 3. Now, and 1 Ackles. Now, Ackles is usually the one that nothing happens to. Nobody ever does anything to Ackles, and it fucking pisses me off. I mean, that's good that they don't, but, you think they would, because that's the one that's fucking your shit up the most. 3 Mistleton. 2 isn't enough. I know 3 is kind of cloggy, but you want to get him to your hand as fast as possible within the next 2-3 turns. If you don't get it turn 1, you don't go off. If you don't get turn 2, and you don't go off. Turn 3, you should hopefully have it in your hand to go off with, because if not, you're most likely dead. You're usually dead by then, so. 1 Red Eyes Darkness Metal and 1 Maxi. I just got all pluses off of it all day long. Because that's basically all everybody does nowadays, is special summon. So even if they play Maxi, and it's like you play Maxi, and then it's like they sit there and think for a second, maybe he might draw into something to stop me. And it's like, yeah, and then they just usually stop, but that's really what it is, and I kind of like it, but oh well. 16 monsters for the spells, 3 Dragon Ravine, 2 Terraforming, 1 Foolish Burial, 1 Cards Constants, and 1 Upstart. This is basically the engine, and that's a shiny, and that's the Astro Pack one shining like that. But anyway, but this is basically the the spell engine for Dragunitys. It You got your searching power with the ravines, your terraforming to get to your ravines, your foolish burial, the foolish burial, like your phalanxes. If you don't open up with a ravine to put a phalanx in the graveyard, cards of constants do the same thing, draw 2, and this just helps you draw another piece. So if you don't have it, I like it. 2 MST, 1 heavy, 1 book. Book has started to become a lot better playing card than it was before. I don't know if it's because I'm picking right times to use it, but like it's just working out. Like there was one time where dude was playing Prophecies and he equipped the Wonder Wand to the one card that searches a spell book to the hand, and I just booked it, and he was real tight. He didn't like that. So 1 Monster Reborn, 1 pot, and 1 Instant Fusion. Instant Fusion just really adds, put you another level 4 on the field or another level 6. In my case, it's another level 6 monster. I like Instant Fusion a lot, and because of the fusion monster that I picked, like you can use it for 2 ways, and I'll explain that once I get to my extra deck. For spells, it's 3 Icarus attack. This card's like really, really good. It just, it shuts down, a lot of the meta, kind of, sorta. Like, it gets rid of 2 cards instead of getting rid of the 1. Because getting rid of the 2 cards opposed to the 1, alright, you get rid of the 1 card, but yet they still have other, they still have that other card on the field still, and that might be the most devastating one. So it's like, and you can target monsters with this. So, Rabbit, when it pulls out its 2 Manillas, get rid of both of them. They can't make a Logia play. It's fucked up. 2 D-Prison, I finally got the other one, but it's not first ed, so it sucks. I need a first ed ultra version of D-Prison, but oh well. I guess take what you get. 2 Chains, and D-Prison is real good for the meta. Just gets rid of a lot of shit. 2 Chains, because 2 Chains is real good, especially if you don't run Valor. Main board, 1 Mirror Force and 1 Solemn Judgment. My teammate Chris, Cancerous, he complains about Solemn Judgment so much and says, oh, it's bad, and 75% of the time if you use Solemn Judgment you lose. But like, that's the thing, like, you have to be picky about what you pick, you know what I mean? If your opponent has 2,000 life points left and you have a Ravine on the field and they have no cards on their field and it's their turn, they play a monster, and that's like their only, monster, and it's a rabbit, Judgment it, and then they don't have no cards to set, and then anything you draw is, it's really just, it's player preference, and you got to be really picky about what it is that you Solemn Judgment. I mean, yeah, if you Solemn Judgment the wrong card, obviously, yeah, you're most likely gonna lose. But if you Solemn the right card or the right summon, you know what I mean, or the right play that will stop your opponent, you'll plus from it. You'll win off of it. You know what I mean? This is a side deck. I'll show that last. Extra deck consists of 1 TG Hyper Librarian. I'm gonna take this out for Catastrophe because Hyper Librarian just doesn't do shit. It doesn't do shit. Like, you think that even if you put it on the field and and you protect him for a turn, or and like your turn comes around and you draw and plus off of it, but it just doesn't do shit. Like, if it doesn't survive the turn after you play it, it doesn't do shit. Because someone always has something backed up for, like a Valor or something. So you can't do shit. It's just Catastrophes would make a better fit. 2 or 3 Dragunite Valdrianas and 1 Dragunite Gay Dirge just suits the loop a lot more. Helps out with your loop. Andy helps you add and get tuners to your graveyard, add your winged beast to your hand, and he can search out DD Crow and a whole bunch of other shit that you know, utility wise. 2 Stardust Dragon, because Stardust is detrimental now in the meta, and especially with the new shit that's coming out. Onslaught of the Fire Kings, that fucking Garunix, Avatar Garunix thing. Yeah. Put 2 Stardust Dragons on board and you should be alright with that shit. Oh yeah, and there's a loop that you can do that for in here, and I'll have to show you guys later. But anyway. 1 Colossal Fighter. After you know all the dark holes and heavy storms and all that bullshit to blow shit up is gone, Colossal Fighter is real good. You know, they can't, especially against things like Sams and Chaos Dragons, because they don't really blow shit up. They just attack and it just comes right back. Scrap Dragon, fuck shit up. Crimson Blader, 1, Trine Dragon, because he's fucking god, he's boss. For Exceeds, 1 Maastroke, 1 Heretic Dragon King of Tum, 1 Photon Strike Bouncer, and for the instant fusion target that I was talking about, what the fuck is this thing called? Ignition Beast Volcanon? Yeah, and his effect is, once per turn, target a monster, face up monster your opponent controls, and destroy it, and destroy this card too. And the card that you targeted that was destroyed by this effect, your opponent takes life points equal to the attack points the targeted monster has. So he can end up being a good game. You know what I mean? Say your opponent has Acid Golem on the board, and you top deck instant fusion, and your opponent only has like a couple thousand life points left. Instant fusion this for game. It's fucked up. I did that Tuesday after the shit got legal, and dude was pissed. He was so pissed off, and I like it. And like, you don't necessarily have to use his effect when you make him. You can use him for XYZ material too. So yeah, there's that. For the side deck, I ran with 1 Maxi and 1 DD Crow. It just helps. The extra Maxi, the 1 DD Crow, it just helps. 2 Valor, 2 Electrovirus, 2 Cyber Dragon, and Chimeratech Fortress. Those people still play that stupid machine shit, and there's people who play Macro Robo Rabbit, and it just pisses me off. 2 Imperial Airwalls, 2 Royal Decree, and 2 Soul Drain to shut down Mermills and stop Dark World's Grapha and shit. But yeah, that's basically it for the deck. Let me know what you guys think, and let me guys know what you guys think about the instant fusion into Ignition Beast Volcanon, and maybe just let me know what you guys think, and think if that's not a good idea or not. But I like it.